So first question's from Vinny. Hello again, James and Dutch, long-time listener of the show. I was watching Starcade 86, Rise of the Skywalkers, and I'll say those were the good old days of professional wrestling. When the Rick Rude Wahoo McDaniel match was starting, I knew we were about to see some colour. Sometimes it was obvious when the wrestlers were gigging themselves, but some guys could do it and it was never detected. My question is, who were the best at getting colour, and how is it possible for someone to carry their blade in their mouth? That's always been impressive to me. So who are the best at blading and who are the best at hiding it?
I don't know what that guy's talking about. We never did that. Kayfabe, man.
Well, you didn't.
Kayfabe.
You didn't.
Let me say this. I've got sometimes, I'm very squeamish about blood, especially when it's my own. I went to the ring sometime and I was supposed to get a little color. Sometimes I got more blood shaving than I did in the ring. Some guys could do it. They were good at it. Some guys liked it. And you can tell the ones that like to do it, because if you looked at their forehead, like Carlos Colon, hell, his forehead looks like a road map, like I-40 connecting with I-65 or whatever. And Abdullah, look at him. Bobby Jaggers was another one. Wahoo was another one. But those were guys who did that hardcore style a lot. Bruiser Brody was another one. A lot of them. And what was this question?
Who were the best at sort of blading and then hiding it?
Well, they all hit it.
Well,
tried to.
Who never got caught? Basically, who were the sneakiest people who did it? And
Abdullah was one, because if you watch Abdullah, he does this. He hits it and goes boom. Now you can tell a guy, and I saw this not too long ago. CM Punk went under the desk, and the camera was right on him. But I was never a big fan of that, ever. But hey, in Puerto Rico was the most bloodthirsty territory I've ever been in. I've been on some shows, like they'd have 5 matches. At least 3 of them had we called it juice. 3 of them had juice in it. And I told Carlos one time, I said, I am not getting a blood transfusion because of this match. I'm not. I remember one time I didn't get enough blood for Carlos's taste. And I remember he took his own blade and put it in my forehead. Brother, he was the boss. I got into the back. I said, Carlos, let me tell you one thing. You ever do that again, we're going to have a problem, a big problem. Don't you ever, ever do that again. I'm sorry. Because he knew he did wrong. He should have just told me. But don't you take it on your own to gig me. So, and he never did. I'll say that. But yeah, some of those guys were very good. A lot of guys did it off a turnbuckle or something else. I did it one time, and nobody ever figured it out. And you know where the gigging came from?
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before. Boxing.
Yeah, boxing. Somebody was around boxing, and they said, "Well, that's the way they do it there." So one time I was in a match with these guys, and they wanted me to. Motor wanted me to get color. So what I did, I had an idea, and Don Coate Don Fargo told me, Don Fargo, who I was working with that night, he said, "Why don't we do a pre-gig?" I went, "What?" I learned something that night. He said, "A pre-gig." I said, "What do you mean a pre-gig?" He said, "We'll do it here. We'll just put some kind of a, I forgot what they called it, but it like sealed it shut.
Like petroleum jelly, Vaseline.
Something like that, and it will stop it. And you do it right at the hairline of the eyebrow. And all somebody got to do is just tap it. Doesn't even got to hit you hard and it explodes. That night we started the match, and this is the best start I've ever seen. We get into an argument. He punches me, and the blood starts right there. And so the people believe that the punch, because they didn't see my hands go up and do anything, so they actually believed, because I didn't give them a reason to disbelieve, that the punch didn't cause the blood. And we had a hell of a match that night, because the people thought, well, they're seeing actually guys mad at each other and hitting each other for real. So they thought they were seeing a shoot that night. So I never did that again either. I remember I was in the dressing room and he's doing it to me, right? And I'm going, ow, oh, watch it. And he finally said, "You are the damn, you're like a woman here." I said, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I did it for the match, but didn't mean I had to like it though.
Did anyone else do it for you, apart from Carlos and Don Fargo?
No. Because if they had tried, I'd have come out of that. Would you trust somebody cutting you?
No.
Okay. That's the same thing.
Hey, who carried it in their mouths?
That was one of the Hines brothers. I think it was Jimmy and Bobby Hines, I think. They were I forgot their name. They were a team. They were a mass team first, not the Infernos, but I forgot what they were. What he would do, he would take a bill from corner to corner, and in the meantime, he'd have it in his hand. And during the bill, he'd hit it. While he was in the air, he would hit it. They'd do it again, he'd hit it again, and then he had it. And they didn't pay attention to that because, they were watching him fly across the ring. And, I bitched before about the bills that they give now. They're not bills, they're down elbow. I mean, they're like armpit tosses or whatever you call them. It looks horrible, really. I don't know why NXT still does that.
When you're saying like Jimmy Hines, that's Bobby Fulton's real name.
That is his real name. But they were the Hines brothers. But yeah, that's Bobby's real name.